Yes, it's making it known that the new wave of marriage is separate bedrooms.
Ooh.
But let's get into it.
Get into it. Let's talk about it.
It's Mary.
And Amma.
Leave you guys a like.
Subscribe.
And comment down below, you all. And do not forget to subscribe to our Patreon, you guys, because it seems like Cameron Diaz thinks is the best thing for a marriage is to be in separate bedrooms.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I necessarily agree, because I feel like you have to do something where you always connect, like you consistently connect. Obviously, you know that
It's nice after at the end of the day, you guys come together and you're in bed together. Even if the person travels or whatever, it's just nice to come and have someone be, I feel like being in the same bed helps you get into the rhythm of each other. That's what I feel.
it helps you to be connected.
I think so.
It helps your schedules to kind of sync up, and
Yeah.
you kind of. I feel like when you're in separate bedrooms, it's kind of like you're starting to live two separate lives almost. And it's like, how do you? Because it's so easy to get comfortable in that. It's like to get set in that and to just like be like, I have my own bedroom. I get to be by myself, and then we connect whenever we want to, get together, whatever the case may be. But I like to be by myself. I just feel like, what's the point of that when you're married? I mean, yes, it's good to
Right.
have your own autonomy.
Yeah.
And
I
to
think
be-
it really depends on how old you are. I will not advise young people to do that, actually.
Would
But-
you do it as an older person now? I can't.
Absolutely.
I don't see yourself being somebody wanting to be by yourself.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just don't. Like,
I mean,
it's
I
been
know
a
what you're
while.
saying, I
can
know,
see you
but-
wanting to be up underneath your man.
But
a little bit.
I feel like I'm kind of.
I think you would definitely want to do separate
I think
bathrooms.
there was
though.
a time for myself where it was like, oh, this is 10 years ago, or even 5 years ago. You asked me this. It was like, oh, this is awful. What? Separate bedrooms? Who does that? I'm telling you now, I'm kind of like, well, it's so interesting how our minds change as time goes on. Because I'm kind of understanding it,
How?
actually.
In what way?
Because,
I
as you
under-
get older, for myself, as you get older, you're using the bathroom often, sometimes frequently through the night,
Okay.
right? That's a lot of people. Sometimes I can be a very light sleeper. Naturally, I know now that, sometimes I'm on certain pills and I sleep.
You be in a mini coma.
However, when I'm not on these pills, naturally I am a very light sleeper. I always have been. And so that means that I'm going to be waking up a lot. Especially if someone wakes up, I will wake up too. And so I'm not going to be getting my sleep, my sleep that I really need the older I get. You know what I'm saying? And, sometimes men, it's like I start, how then I start mommying you and stuff. Well, honey, will you pass me this? I just woke up. Yeah, my stomach really hurt. So now I'm really like, yes, I'm gonna need my own bedroom and my own bathroom. I'm sorry. I'm going to need that. And then the other thing too, what if the other person gets hot, cold? I think the older you get kind of setting your ways, kind of setting your routine that works for you.
Right.
It's great if you're young, right? And I think it's very important. Young people sleep in the same bed. There's a fun time where you have to get used to the rhythm of each other.
Yeah.
And as you get used to the rhythm of each other, it actually helps with deepening the love that you all have for each other.
Yeah.
It just helps with that. And then also you see as you get older through the years, sleeping together,
Yeah.
one day you're going to look over at your partner and you're going to realize, oh my gosh, I see a little wrinkle there, right? Or, got a mole there. Maybe we need to go get that checked or whatever. Like, you realize, you look over, you realize, wow, this person has been with me for over 10 years. And that increases the love. So I think it's very important for young couples, first time around, getting married, absolutely, you should not be in no separate bedroom. Anybody who's getting married, that's why, sometimes if you're young and you're in your 20s, you get married to somebody in your 40s, and they've already been married once or something, and right away they tell you, you be in this room and I be in this room. young lady, please run the other way.
But I'm sorry, I just also want
Don't
to
do that. Like, it's wonderful to connect in your youth, and kind of you're forcing each other. A lot of times young people, sometimes you guys don't have patience, right? So you force each other to get used to the rhythm of each other, right? Maybe one person kicks, the other person is a silent sleeper, the other one moves all over the place. You kind of learn how to compromise in that bed, and it helps you when you get up during the day.
I'm sorry, but I just want to bring up this point
Yes.
for older people. One, wouldn't you want to be in the same bedroom? Let me finish. Let me just. One, wouldn't you want to be in the same bedroom? You're older. Not saying that anybody's finna die, but wouldn't you want to spend like more time? Like one, what do you?
Well, I hope that man will be able to crawl through the carpet to my room to knock on the door. Well, okay, we'll have a baby monitor you press. Baby, no, I'm not gonna do that because that man gonna be using it all the time. I think my hat, I ain't gonna have time.
Because one, wouldn't you want to spend more time with that person, especially if you're in love with them? Wouldn't you want to share the same bedroom with them?
That's when I'm trying to actually get good quality sleep.
Hold on, wait
and that
a
person
second.
is snoring.
Wouldn't you want to be with them all the time because you don't have a lot of time left? It's kind of like Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez. Like, this is their second time at love. They're finally together. Wouldn't you want to spend every waking moment with them, especially since you don't know when you're going to die?
When I'm sleeping, I don't
also
want to spend time with them because I'm sleeping. I want to actually get sleep so that I continue to look cute and I don't have wrinkles. I need my beauty sleep the older I get.
But also the second thing is health issues. What if one day you hop out the bed and your hip go bad and you fall on the floor? But he is knocked out in a coma because he wants good sleep.
Well, we have that's where you can have like monitors, right? You can have. Remember that thing I used to have around my neck? Remember that thing I used to have around my neck, so that if something happened, I can press it and the ambulance will come. Like if you guys had to run to the store or something and leave me at home. So I had this thing. I press on it, and they ask me what my emergency is. And they know my address and everything like that, and they know all of my diagnosis. So I will have that around my neck. My hubby will have that around his neck.
You could save all that trouble by just sleeping in the
because
same
he
bedroom.
can't help me because he is also old.
Why can't y'all both just get a king-size bed and do it that way?
You know something? As you get older, there's a little bit of some gross things that are happening to the body.
I give up.
And I don't think I want to be bothered. I just don't. I don't want to be bothered with your gross stuff that's occurring.
So you would not sleep in the bed at all? Like you're getting married honeymoon night? See you later, honey. So you get a two-bed for the honeymoon?
The honeymoon night, say we're at Zanzibar, right? We're going to enjoy that, right? But when it all comes down to it, after you enjoy it,
separate bedrooms for the rest of your marriage, that is abnormal to me. I'm sorry. That don't make not one lick of sense.
I know. 5 years ago,
I
was right there with you.
I don't actually believe you though, Mama. I don't believe you, Mama.
I am telling you,
I don't believe it. It's been 10 years for you? You're not going to want to be in the same bedroom with him? I don't believe that though.
It's been 10 years, hasn't it been? My goodness, I gotta get this together. Ooh, I
don't buy that you will want to be in a room by yourself.
I know 5 years ago.
I don't believe
I was so against this thing. I'm telling you.
I'm not buying the cow manure, Mom, that you're selling me at the shop. I'm not going to buy it. You're not going to make me think it's chocolate. I'm not doing it.
It's just times, I don't know. Now that I hear more about it, I'm like, Yeah, and I'm happy that younger people are coming out and saying, look, I'm not going to allow anyone to tell me that this works for me and this doesn't work for me. This works for me.
Isn't Cameron Diaz in her 50s?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's why it works for them. They're older. She's not in her 50s. She's actually in her, yes, they are married. So she got married, I think, in her 40s. And I think he's younger by 5 years, I think.
Listen, I guess because I'm 25, I don't understand. But
I promise you. You remember when I was so against Megan Good? Like she and Devin having a different room. And I really think that they really shouldn't have had a different room. But that was like 5 years ago. But
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
for me
like, if
now,
I'm getting married, I plan on being up underneath my man. Not like 24/7, like in a needy way, but I will be on my man.
And this is what I will say.
That'll make sense to me.
This is what I will say.
That's all I gotta say.
This is what I will say. I will also say this. Okay, the one thing I'm still thinking about this whole thing because it has changed for me, right? But one thing I know for sure, I think all women should have, even if they're married.
Separate bathroom.
I think, even if you're young, I think it's so important for a woman to have her own bathroom.
For sure.
I don't think you should go there and be showing your husband everything you be doing.
Waxing and shaving.
Okay, let's
not do all
deep.
that.
Like, there's no point. There's no point. Have your own bathroom so you can spread
Keep
out.
it cute.
You can have your space to do your makeup, to do your whatever, and all of that stuff. If he wants to just see what you're doing,
tell him no.
No. You know what you do? You finish doing everything. You're looking really cute already. And then you go and say, this is what I do. You take one little thing. I just do this. Puff. And you reach your face again. He doesn't know all the different steps you take. All the different syrups you use. But you're just going to say, I just do this. Do you know why? Because after a while, the guy starts looking at your stuff.
And start thinking, what can he use on himself?
Honey, can you please come do my facial for me? All of a sudden now you don't become this man's cosmetologist.
Anyway.
So I think that's very interesting. And the other couple that I see that does this, Victoria and David Beckham. They've been together for 20 years. And she said what happened with them was they went to some country house. And in this country house, each there was like a separate wing, like several separate wings for everybody in their family to have a wing of their own, meaning you have your bedroom, your bathroom, it even had a kitchen and a living room.
Wow.
So she was like, so since then they're like, so everybody was in their different wings because she says her husband is like, he has this social life, right? So sometimes he gets up, he wants to have his little parties. Right? And she's like, now when she's in a different wing in the house, she doesn't even hear what's going on. You see? And so that really
I don't want to be in the yakba suit what my husband's doing.
I want to know what's going on in
that suit.
Yeah. Well, they've been doing this now for 20 years. And with them, I think it's different. You know why? Because here's her husband. He's a footballer, right? And so you want to do some things with you and the guys. Watch some movie, watch some football, whatever.
Yeah.
What if the wife doesn't really like football like that?
Yeah.
Like me, with my basketball craze, I remember when I got married to my dad, he was stunned because he wasn't someone who watched sports at all.
Yeah.
And so he was stunned about the level of intensity that I had when it came to the NBA. He was just like, you watch sports like you're really into it. Like I had my meals that I planned during the whole season. So it just blew his mind. Well, if you have that, right? David has that. He has his footballer friends. She's not interested in that, right? And she doesn't want to have party and talking with you all. She goes to her home wing and she can just do her. And she ain't got to hear all about his little sports night with the guys. So, I mean, I can understand that. So now I'm having an appreciation for that. What do y'all think?
Yeah, y'all. But it's Mary.
And
And let us know your thoughts down below, you all. And we'll see you on the next video.
Bye.
Bye.